Okay, you should be seeing it. So MateCat, what it is? It is a capsule, of course, and the philosophy with which we're trying to build it is really to give you as little hassle as possible. So we want to really make your life simple. It's one of the capsules, I wouldn't say it's the easiest on the market, maybe, probably, but it's definitely one easier to use is one of the aspects that we're trying to focus on. We want to make you able to upload a file and just get ready to translate in 1 minute, possibly. Other benefits that you get with MateCat is, well, it's free to use. There is no licensing costs behind it. So everything that you see and that I'm demonstrating to you is completely available to you every time. And it's really a tool that you can take anywhere. You just need a browser, so an internet connection, and you can translate with MateCat anywhere you are. Now, how does it work in terms of simplicity? I'll demonstrate how to create a simple project and start translating in a matter of minutes. By typing www.matecat.com, you access the homepage, which is also the hub where you create your project. Now, to translate the fast way, you simply need to give your project a name, you select your language pair, and then you can decide to assign a private translation memory of your own if you have it. If you don't have it, don't fret. MateCat is integrated with my memory, which is the largest public translation memory in the world, with over 4 billion contributions coming from professional corpora like Yate, the Airlex database, and voluntary contributions from translators who want to make it, well, a Wikipedia of translation if you want it. So with professional contributions that you can check and you can use for your own benefit. And that's something that you get out of the box. Now, to create the project, I simply drag it and drop it here, or I can select it from my available files. The upload, as you can see, is very fast. Now, this is a small file, of course, but it is very fast, trust me. And I just need to click on Analyze to perform the word count analysis. And yeah, of course, it leverages the content from the TM. In this case, I'm using the public translation memory. And all I need to do is simply click on Translate. So no wizards, no complicated stuff. It's really very straightforward. Click on Translate, and I land on the editor. And I'm ready to get started right away. The interface should look pretty familiar. So source text on the left, target text on the right. And I can move down to the next segment because I can see that the first one is already a nice match coming from the translation memory, the public translation memory in this case, which is helping me quite a lot, saving time. Now, once I'm happy with my translation, I can perform all the editing that I need. Now, in this case, this match I want to correct it because it's not correct. Let's say that I'm happy. Once I'm happy, I simply press Ctrl Enter and I move ahead and go on with the translation. Also, MateCat wants to be simple to use and wants to make your life as hassle-free as possible. So what you can see in this segment, nothing, right? It's pure text. So once I correct it and I'm happy with it, I should be okay. Now, in this case, this segment contains tags, and tags can be sometimes painful to deal with. So what MateCat does is it uses artificial intelligence to try and smartly position the tags in your stead. So let's see what it does now. Okay, it's adding the tags. And all I need to do now at this stage is checking if it did a good job. Now, there are some things to fix. So in this case, I will need to basically change the positioning of this one tag, let's say. But other than that, it did an okay job, right? Once I'm happy, I've already saved some time and I go ahead with my translation and so on and so forth until I complete my translation job. Once I'm happy, I can download the file, which is going to be ready to be delivered to the client. Now, in this case, the translation is not complete, so I can always download a draft version to, for example, double check the formatting or anticipate any problems that may arise by, I don't know, in case you want to upload complicated formats like PDFs or EDML, I don't know, complicated formats for which you may want to take a look ahead. And once I open it, this file is going to be ready to be delivered by the client. I can perform the final checks if I so desire, but as you can see, it's fine. Now, there is a lot more to it. Of course, this is what you can do the very fast way. So you just want to translate a quick document, but there's a lot more that you can do. For example, it supports all the functionalities that you would expect from a professional CAT tool. So, of course, TM support that you can see here. You can see the quality of the match that you get, the source of the match, the date when it was inserted. You can perform concordance search. Now we call it TM search, but it's really, you may know it as concordance search. And of course, it supports glossaries. So you can upload glossaries and you can receive suggestions about your terminology. Not only that, it also provides real-time QA check thanks to LexiQA, which is directly integrated in MateCat and provides real-time feedback on potential issues. So if I type something that I shouldn't, so for example, numerals that are not included in the source text, LexiQA is going to flag a warning, and I can decide to ignore it if I so desire, but it helps me keep the quality. Of course, it has auto-propagation and everything that you would expect from a professional CAT tool. And what if you want to collaborate? This MateCat, one of the other benefits that it provides is that it's designed for easy collaboration. So if you're a translator, I've shown you how to do to create the project and to get the translation part very quickly. Now, let's say that you're a project manager. How do I assign the job to my translators? Well, first of all, I want to keep track of my projects. I want to see everything that I've created. And let's say that if I'm a project manager, if I want to assign this job to somebody else, I can do it from here. I can type their email, the delivery date, the desired delivery date, of course, and send the job to the translator. And then, of course, if I don't have anyone available in my list, I can always decide to optionally outsource the translation to Translated. You keep the client, you keep the relation with the client, but Translated can do the translation for you. You just pay for the cost of the raw translation. And it is a totally optional services. And by the way, if you are wondering why MateCat is free of charge, this is the reason, basically. So this is how we keep MateCat sustainable. From here, you can assign the project, you can keep track of the progress. And not only that, let's say that you want to start a collaborative project. You are pressed for time and you want to work with your partner, or maybe you want to assign your project to multiple translators. Well, you can do that in a very easy way. On the one hand, for example, let's say you can give this project to a translator. So you open this file, you copy the URL, and you send it to your translator. Now your translator will be able to access this page and work on this content in translation mode. But what about revision? Now to do the revision, you can either access it from here, or from the manage page, you can also click get the revise link and send it to your reviser. Now, in this case, the project needs to be completed. So let me get maybe a project where let me do just that, for example. Okay. Now, as soon as I have one segment that is translated, the reviser can start working on it. They can see the progress in real time, and they can just get to start working on the segment. What they can do in this case, they can, of course, edit the suggestion and provide the correct translation, but they can also provide feedback for your work, which is going to be constructive and helpful. And once you do that, this will also generate a QA report, a quality report, that's going to basically calculate and produce an assessment of the quality of the job. So in here, you can get to see the score and a bunch of other information about the quality and the edits that were made. I can see that there is one minor error that has this kind of weight, so I can get to quickly see where it is, filter, for example. Yeah, and then I can see, for example, all the edit history of everything that was made. So it's an efficient way to keep your quality under control. Rush projects, no problem. You can split the project into up to 50 different chunks, allowing up to 50 different translators and resources to work on the same project, sharing the same resources online at all times, and allowing them to keep the consistency of the work. So in this case, let's assume that I want to split it into 2 chunks. MateCat is going to generate 2 separate URLs. I'll send this first URL to one translator and the second URL to another translator. And they will be able to work in parallel on the same interface without hindering each other, because they will not be able to edit each other's part, but they will be able to see what the other person is doing. So in this case, I can edit here the first part, and here you can see that there is a warning sign that I cannot really tamper with this, but I can see what the other person is doing. So there is a lot that can be done with MateCat, and of course now in this time slot, it's almost impossible to show you all the different capabilities. But I hope that I managed to convey how flexible and simple this tool can be. So if you have any questions, I'll just briefly enlarge the screen. Just remember, simply go to www.matecat.com. You can start using it right away, no licensing, no hassle. And doing the login is an optional thing. So if you want to work anonymously, you can do that. But by logging in, you get some additional benefits, such as, for example, creating your translation memories, keeping them, storing them in your profile, and of course, have access to all the management features. And if you have any questions at all, just write an email to info@matecat.com, and we'll be more than happy to support you and provide more clarifications. And I don't know, if you have any use case, or if you want to know if there is anything that MateCat can do for you and make you work better, just ask, and we're happy to reply.